Hey, what's going on everyone? Thanks for tuning into Games and Glory. I wanted to talk about the Series X final roundup and what we know so far about the console, the user interface, the controller, and the video games. So starting off with the console, let's talk about the final storage. It's going to be 1TB of total storage with 802GB of usable storage with the option to add more memory using a solid state drive or a hard disk drive. Now personally, I wouldn't use a hard disk drive just because they're so slow and dated at this point. It's better to get the proprietary drive, which is kind of pretty expensive at $219, or you can get a internal or external solid state drive. If you're going to be getting the internal drive, then it's better to get an enclosure device with it or an adapter. And the Series X is also backwards compatible, going back all the way to the original Xbox. So that's Xbox games, Xbox 360 games, One X games, and obviously Series X games. It's 4 generations of gaming right there. If you have a good backlog of all those games, you might as well play it all on the Series X. We have Quick Resume, which can be used to resume up to 4 to 6 games, and so far that have been tested. Not sure about how many Series X games it can handle, but the games booting up from a cold start can also take around 10 to 20 seconds, and that's pretty good. You can keep flipping back and forth if you're the type to play multiple games at once. I actually don't do that. I'm used to playing one game, going through with it completely, and then going on to the next game. So I have that sense of completion. You also have faster load times for all the games. You also have auto HDR for some of the games. It's not for every game, and Microsoft has been testing out to see which games will look better in auto HDR. They said that some games actually looked a lot worse, so we're not going to be seeing that on everything. And then the new user interface is going to only be rendering in 1080p, which was kind of a sour point for some people because they were expecting it to be as displaying in 4K, which is what we have on the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation 5. Now, I don't think that's that big of a deal because whenever I log into a console, I'm going on there to play video games, not to stare at the interface and see what's going on there. Unless I have to buy a game or something, but I really don't care what the resolution is as long as, it's not like garbage. Then we have this issue, or I should say we had this issue with the heat that the Series X was putting out, and this was all debunked by tests that Digital Foundry had done, and the other journalists even said that they were taken out of context when they said what they said about the heat from the Series X. So I'm not even gonna go there. Anyway, moving on to the controller, we have the share feature on the controller, which if you press, it sends a picture or a screenshot straight to your phone app. If you hold the share feature, you actually are able to record a 30-second clip, which is pretty cool, but if you're already recording, then that's kind of useless for you. I'm not sure if you can actually map the share feature button to any other different functions or commands. And then the other physical change on the controller is going to be that you have textile texture on the triggers and bumpers, and the buttons are also rounded off a little, so it's going to be easier to hold. The D-pad is similar to what we have on the Elite wireless controller as well, so it's not going to look like the One X controller anymore. It's going to be more rounded. Moving on to the games, we have Game Pass. Now there's the ultimate version of Game Pass, which you can play on the PC, the Xbox, your phone, your tablet, but it has to be an Android device. Unfortunately, Apple does not support Game Pass yet, and Xbox is working on a way to circumvent the App Store since Apple's being a little prick about having that, having the app on the App Store. It doesn't really make sense, but I mean, it is what it is. And so yeah, some games that are going to be running at 120 frames per second on the Xbox are going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Devil May Cry 5, Dirt 5, Gears 5, like that's a lot of 5s in there. Halo Infinite, which we are not going to be seeing this year, unfortunately. It's pushed to next year, but you know what, that's fine. They can take their time, make it all set, make it look good before they send it to us. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is another game, Rainbow Six Siege, Second Extinction, and the Falconeer. And the launch titles that we have, most notably, we're going to be seeing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dirt 5, Devil May Cry 5, FIFA 21, Gears 5, Marvel Avengers, which I have heard so much crap about that game. I just want to buy it just so I can see if it's actually true. Anyway, the Falconeer, Watch Dogs Legion, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, which I'm super excited to play. It just looks something totally different from other games that I've played, and this looks like a wild, crazy game that you can just hang out with your friends in. And anyway, so next is the new Xbox phone app, which I kind of talked about already. You press the share button on the controller, it'll send the picture to your phone. So it's not much different than what we had before. You can control your console with it. You can download games onto your console by just using the phone app. You can share photos or videos. You can chat with friends, and they just made it look a little different. Otherwise, everything else is the same. But yeah, I'm super excited. We're only about 2 weeks away from getting the Series X in our hands, or Series S if you pre-ordered that one, or Series S if you pre-ordered that one. But I'm super excited. Like, I have not had an Xbox until, let's see, my last one was the Xbox 360. So I'm looking forward to getting this one, and can't wait to play it, test out some of these games, see how Quick Resume actually works for Series X games rather than, you know, games that were for the 360 or Xbox. So it's gonna be fun. And if you like this video, leave us a thumbs up. If you really liked it, be sure to subscribe. And if you didn't, give us a reason why, and we'll try to do better next time. Anyway, I gotta go put some Halloween lights up, so I will see you guys later.